EC2 pricing. Here the pricing depends on how long and in what way we use the EC2 instance. We are going to see on-demand instance, reserved instance, spot instance, and capacity reservation. On-demand instance. In on-demand instance, there is no commitment with AWS, which means we will decide when to stop or start the instance at any time. And we only pay for the services we use from the AWS. So it will be a flexible pricing option for us to choose. And the charges will also be based on per second or by per hour. And it will be a cheap for short-term usage. Because if I want to test or develop any app means then choosing on-demand instance is the best option for me. And here there is no upfront payment in on-demand instance. We pay for what are the services we use. Reserved instance. In reserved instance, there is a commitment with AWS for 1 year or 3 years and it provides the discount up to 70%. In reserved instance, we secure the particular resources in the specific availability zone for our future use so that we can prevent the resource exhausted condition on that time. And it will be a cheap for long-term running because if we take the Swiggy or Zomato app means it's run by 24/7 hours. So to deploy the application means choosing the reserved instance is a best option for it. And it is less flexible compared to on-demand instance because in reserved instance, I purchase the service for 2 years and I will use it for 1 year only means the amount paid for the remaining 1 year will be a loss for me. So that compared to on-demand instance, reserved instance is less flexible. Payment option. There are 3 types of payment option in reserved instance: all, partial, and no upfront. All upfront means we should pay the full amount at the starting. After that, we don't need to pay any extra amount for the services we use. And it provides the highest discount compared to the other 2 payment option. Partial upfront. Partial upfront means we should pay only a small part of the amount at the starting, like a EMI option. The remaining amount will be charged as per the hourly rate, and it provides the discount higher than all upfront and lower than no upfront. In no upfront, we don't need to pay any amount at the starting and we pay for only what are the services we use, and it provides the lowest discount compared to the other 2 upfront method. Reserved instance type. There are 2 types of reserved instance: standard reserved instance and convertible reserved instance. Standard reserved instance means here it's a fixed setup, which means we can't exchange the instance type or OS at any time according to our need. Even though it is a fixed setup, it provides the higher discount. So it is more stable and it will be a best choice for long-term working load. Convertible reserved instance. Convertible reserved instance is a flexible setup so that we can exchange the instance at any time for our usage, and it provides the lower discount compared to the standard reserved instance, and it is suitable for changing workloads. If the workloads resources have changing OS system or hardware or anything, then go with the convertible reserved instance. Spot instance. In spot instance, it is interrupted by AWS. During that time, AWS will be given a 2-minute warning. On that time, we can take a backup for our future use, and it provides the 90% discount compared to the on-demand pricing. Capacity reservation. Capacity reservation is like a reserved installation. Here also we secure the resources in the specific availability zone so that we can ensure that there is a guaranteed resource available for that future use on time, so that we can prevent the resource exhausted condition also. The example for this is like booking a seat in advance so that we can ensure that the resources is available on the time to use.